All right, so lockdown again.
Oh no, I think this is like 7.0 or something.
Dude, I actually lost count at the last one. Don't even know what number we're at.
But yeah, I think we're over 200 and something days now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Lane, or Yokai if you know me as my Soundcloud name. That's my name on Soundcloud. Follow me on Soundcloud.
And I'm Arlette. Just have the one name.
All right, cool. So yeah, I've just gotten out of a not really long-term relationship, out of a relationship anyway. I've been browsing around on Tinder, swiping and whatnot, having combos. But I've found that like it's pretty hard, like especially now with lockdown, it's really hard to judge whether or not like what people are looking for, or what if people are beating around the bush with stuff, or like what people are actually like looking for on Tinder. Like, so I conducted some research, wrote down some bullet points. And yeah, just wanted to discuss them with you, see if you're having similar experiences, see if you guys are having similar experiences, and yeah.
All right, bring it on. Let's see what you found.
All right. So while conducting my research, I was reading some articles, and I gathered that this pandemic has given people a chance to really think about what they want from dating. Do you like agree, disagree, or sitting on the fence? Like, what do you think about this statement?
I actually agree with that statement because I got out of a long-term relationship last year, which was also in the middle of the pandemic. But prior to that, I was in a long-ish term relationship, and dating was different back then. But during my healing phase, I guess, or like getting over the previous relationship and working on myself and whatnot, I realized that I needed to know what I'm looking for, because there's so many options out there, and everyone sort of says that they want something from you. I mean, they do, but then are you just going to give yourself to everybody?
Yeah, then you also get those people like, I'm here for a short time, not a long time, or whatever that Drake song is. Yeah.
It did give me a chance to think about what it is that I want out of relationships, and yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, I also agree. Like for me, I'm just like, you know what? I just want somebody who just for those of you that don't speak Ndebele, it means someone that just comes out with it, like comes out in the open with what they're looking for. Just they're transparent. They don't beat around the bush and whatnot. So yeah, I reckon that's a fair statement to say.
I feel like though sometimes when you come out straight with it though, because then I'm very blunt. You know me, I don't beat around the bush. Around the bush. Nah. But then if I'm like, oh, you know, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for, then it's like it's perceived as if I'm being like creepy because of maybe it's because of the things that I want, or maybe it's my delivery. I don't know what it is. But if let's say I match with a guy on Tinder, then he's like, oh, I'm looking for a relationship, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, me too. I'm looking for a relationship too.
But the thing is with me, like when I find that like I'm actually bad at like being out there because I'm an introvert. I'm very introverted. Like I want people to come out with it with me and be like, yes, this is what I want. Then I'm like, okay, but for me to be like, yeah, this is what I want, it's hard because it's like,
nah, for me it's very easy. I'll be like, this is what I want, but then like I'm not saying let's get married tomorrow. Like it's just like, look man, while we are dating, I'm not just dating for the sake of just dating. Like I'm dating with the intention that we are going to one day build something together or something like that, like it's not just let's just see where it goes. I hate that. I hate when guys say, oh, we'll just be friends and see where it goes. I'm like, oh, this is like code word for I'm never gonna commit, and it's not really happening. I don't know. I understand at the same time that we need to be friends in order for us to then see if we, get along to that part. But if you're already coming into the thing with the mentality that, I'm just here for, I don't know, just it's hard.
Yeah, no, I get that. But I found that like through using Tinder now and like dating apps and stuff like that, it's kind of, now that people are like more alone, more isolated and stuff, even myself, like when people message me now, I'm like I feel like, I'm not really talking to people nowadays because my social circle is now really, really small because of lockdown. So I'm not really ghosting people. I'm not giving people a chance if we've matched to something. If someone matches I'll give them a chance and be like, you know what, let me talk to this person. Let's see what they're about, like yada yada. That was actually one of my bullet points actually. Like this pandemic spurred healthier habits. People are no longer ghosting as often and stuff like that. Even like for me personally, I'm not ghosting. I still do get ghosted myself, but like yeah.
Okay, I think it's like a volume thing.
What do you mean a volume thing?
If you've got 50 messages to reply to, and some of them are just like, hey, hi, hey, fuck man, I'm not.
Nah, dude.
Look, nah, I'm not going
It's
to.
not like that for men. I feel like for me, maybe it's me as a man. I don't know, but like, I feel like women, you guys get to match way more often than what I'll be getting. Me, I'll get like 1 match, 2 matches a day max.
Yeah. Whereas while I'm swiping, I already know like I'm gonna match, but then sometimes the curiosity, I'm like, oh, I just want to see what it's like, you know, see if it's gonna be fun or whatnot, and then you swipe, and then it's a match. Then you start the conversation, because I'm not shy to start the conversation, but it's the ones that are like, it's just like, hey, what you up to? Oh, nothing much. Like, oh, cool. Then I'm like, well, are you gonna add to the conversation or not? Like, if you're not going to add to the fucking conversation, then I'm not gonna reply. What am I supposed to reply to that? If you say, okay,
imagine,
cool, what am I supposed to reply to that?
But imagine you're a dude and you've matched with all these chicks and you've said hello to one, they're not replying, it's taken 45 minutes. And then you've matched with another one, you've messaged them. Eventually you're just gonna go into this is for me, like this is how I do it. I eventually just go into autopilot mode and just message every single match the same single message, because I'm just like, you know what? Out of all these messages, at least 1 or 2 or 3 will reply, and then I'll go from there.
Yeah, see, I feel like if I'm going to reply to you, I need to invest my time into the conversation, because in other words, what's the point? Like, if you're just going to reply with a, hey, hi, what you up to? I'm like, are you genuinely interested in knowing what I'm up to, or you just want to see if I'll reply? And if I do reply, because I do give it a chance, like I'll be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing, da 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 da, and then it's like, oh cool. I'm like, you know what? Waste of time. Then from then on, there is no point in me replying. Or the ones that come out and say, do you have Snap? I'm like, look, man, no. No. But yeah, that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nah, but if some people would just be like, yeah, do you have Snap? You know what those people are after. You know what they're looking for. They've kind of made it obvious to you that they're looking for. But then you also get the other ones that are looking for a relationship over just casual and stuff like that. And they actually, you do get those ones that give you the meaningful conversations. Like for me, sometimes I'll match with somebody, then I'm not really expecting anything. I would have sent them my boring, hey, what's up, yada yada. And then before I know it, we're sending paragraphs. And then before I know it, it's like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we're following each other on Instagram. And it's just almost like too good to be true. And then that's when it's like, yeah. Sometimes it's actually like I feel like it's a professionally made match that it's like, this person, we really click. It's all,
like
it's
if
awesome.
we're at the point where we're sending paragraphs, chances are we are going to go on a date. But like I was saying before, like the thing where it says healthier dating habits and stuff, like no more ghosting. Like I said, if I have 50 messages and you are the hey hi kind of guy, my friend, like nah. If you are the hey hi guy, you are getting ghosted. What am I supposed to say to them? What am I supposed to add to the message and say?
You gotta feel for the boy and be like, maybe he's on the.
I did feel for the boy when I replied to him and sent my message telling him what I'm up to, blah 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 blah. What you could do is to reply with a, oh cool, this is what I'm doing too, blah 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 blah. You know?
Yeah.
Don't just be like, oh cool. Okay.
Yeah, I get it. I was finding some modern love pros and cons with online dating and stuff like that. There was this thing I came across and it said, in online dating, you usually have a clear understanding of what the market looks like and what you are getting before the first date. And that was a good thing about online dating, that you know what you're getting before you actually step out there and be like, oh, let me go meet this guy. I wonder how it's gonna go. It's like, you know what you're going for. Like, it's like, if I know I'm going on a date with a girl, it's like, oh, we've talked and stuff, we've video chatted maybe and stuff like that. I know that it's gonna be not awkward and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good thing. You go into a date feeling comfortable. Like for me, I'll go into a date feeling like I know that this isn't going to be a comfortable date, because if I could already get the uncomfortable vibes, we're not going on this date kind of thing.
Because you feel like you know the person already, like what their personality is like.
Yeah.
But then you get those people that are shy over the phone. So how do you combat that?
Video chat.
No, like, you know how? Okay, so sometimes I do this, like when I'm in the mood, when I'm in the mood to message on Tinder and stuff like that, or the dating apps. Like I'm really like not hyper, but I'm like, you know, like I was telling you that story about it all started in the dark for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very cheeky in that sense, but then in real life, yes, I'm cheeky, but not to the level that I am on the phone.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the same person over the phone that like I am in real life. Not as much. Like it's maybe like 70%.
Yeah.
Cause like you get those keyboard warriors. I'm a keyboard warrior. Where I'll say shit that I normally wouldn't say in real life.
Now me, I'm not really like one of those keyboard warriors. What I say to people on message is what I would just normally say in person, which is not much, but like it depends. It depends, because me, I'm very introverted. I'll either say a lot of stuff or I won't.
Word vomit.
Yeah, like I'll either just regurgitate all this information you can't
like,
really.
It all started.
Yeah, or I'll just be reserved and let the person kind of carry the conversation, because I'm not really like. Not that I'm not into it. It's just that I feel like if I spew out too much stuff, it's gonna be like. Too much.
When I do, let's say, end up going on a date with someone, and then like I find myself talking because the guys normally they don't really say a lot of things. Then I find myself like if I'm not fully feeling it, I'll be like, you know what, like let's just call it a night. Look, my friend, like it's been great. Let's just finish this. Let's enjoy the food and go. But then if it's like I'm into the guy and then he's not saying much, I start to panic. And then while I'm panicking, I'm like, oh, I should stop talking. But oh my gosh.
Exactly.
And then it's just like overdrive. And then like I find myself word vomiting, telling them stories that I probably shouldn't even be telling them.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, you know what? If I've told him this, I've told him my life story. He probably hates me now. Then I start to go into this like downward spiral of like, oh man, it's never going to work. And then, it's hard to find a balance.
Yeah. Studies claim that often online met couples also survive better than those who weren't professionally matched and are happier in their marriage. People have the option to find a person of similar interests, ambitions, and lifestyle. I reckon I agree with that, because like when you go onto like a dating website or something, you'll have the bio. In the bio, you get to say stuff about yourself. So you can tell them, hey, I'm a carpenter. I want to eventually move into like, I don't know, something else. Like what this person wants to do with their life. And if that aligns with what you're trying to do with your life, you can be like, oh, you know what? I want to do this, that's good. That goes along with what you're doing. Or you can see that this person wants to be a carpenter. Then you'll be like, oh, you know what? They're nice. They have dogs like I have dogs. They have this, that. But that part of it is not really what I'm trying to do with my life. It's not the lifestyle that I want.
So like, for example, when I say someone and then, like they say, I smoke. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not trying to... I'm not trying to deal with that. I'm not going to go and put myself into that situation where I'm trying to make something work with someone that's clearly told me that they do this thing. And then, trying to fight their thing that they want to do. It's not fair. But at the same time, I see what you mean. Like, let's say if you do find someone, let's say I want someone that is happy to stay in bed sometimes, but also is able to get up and get shit done, then that's like, someone that's a go-getter. And I mean, people don't normally put that in their bio, but then while you are talking, let's say, oh, what are you doing this weekend? And it's like, I'm just in bed. That person that's always in bed, that's a red flag. Why are you always in bed? Get up and do shit.
Nah, they could have had like say they work 5-6 days a week and then...
Yeah, but you'll be talking to the person every day, right? Even if you work 5-6 days a week. Like, do you not have a life outside of your work?
True.
So, like, I don't want that. I mean, it's cool for you if that's what you want, But as for me, it's someone that wants a balanced life. I wouldn't want to put myself in a situation with someone that's always either at work and they never want to do anything when the weekend comes along. And then I agree with that one.
Yeah, Sam, I agree with that one too. Next bullet point. While some look for commitments and relationships, others are simply looking for hopes can be ruined and online dating turns into a bad experience.
Yes, because there are some people that will come in the name of, let's say they'll be like, what are you looking for in Tinder? Then you're like, I'm looking for like, friendship that will hopefully turn into something that's, a long-term relationship. They're like, I want that too. But they know that that's what you want to hear, so that way they can jump into your bed and then leave. And then now next time when someone else comes along and they say, I want a long-term relationship too, then you're like, really? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Or like it makes you wary, like, okay, last time that other person tricked me. I know you are not that person, but fuck, you're going to proceed a little bit more cautiously. And because let's say you come off as cautious, the person will be like, well, we want the same thing. Why are you not, So it's hard. Yeah. It's hard. That one is hard.
You end up punishing the next person because of what the previous person. Yeah. Nah.
But again, it's because you want to protect yourself.
Yeah.
You don't want to be played again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, nah, straight up. I reckon that does turn it into a shit like experience when you go through something like that. Yeah, nah. Another thing though is like with this online dating stuff, it can be very, very, you could read something and be like, this person is everything I want. They're a freaking specialist in this field. They do this good stuff. But they could just be literally at their house being like, I wonder what I can say to make myself look good. Like they could be lying and stuff. You can say whatever you want. I can say, bro, I'm like an astronaut or something. I've played Major League Basketball for 6 years. Now I'm like, yeah. So that's another dangerous thing about this online dating stuff that would probably deter people from using it, because like
people presenting themselves as something that they're not. But I mean, it could be something that they aspire to be, but you're not there. Just acknowledge it and don't lie.
Yeah.
I came across a profile. Remember that one that was like, I am not rich. I don't have a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
I was like, at least he's honest. Yeah. You can tell that this guy is just had it. He's just like, you know what, man? I'm not looking for someone.
He's not trying to beat around the bush.
No, he's not. So sometimes you can tell, but sometimes you can't, because people just be trying to finesse other people and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of it too. Like I've said to people, I've got 2 dogs. They're actually your dogs. Hey, but I live with these dogs. I feed them. I take them out to go to walk. I run them. So
hey, they're not your dogs, mate.
They're my dogs. But yeah.
So now when you go on a date, then you want to bring the dogs. It's like, are they gonna take the dog?
Oh, of course, dude. Of course. Like I can't just be like, sorry, I couldn't bring the dogs. Why? Oh, because my sister didn't want me to bring the dogs. Are they not your dogs? No, they're my dogs. So why does your sister have a say in where you can take your dogs?
I let you take the dogs, and then because you're not used to like having them out, you come back with the wrong dog.
Comes back with the wrong dog. Comes back with the same dog, but this time it's brown instead of white. Nah,
it's like, at least I brought back a dog.
Just comes back with 2 leads and nothing else.
Oh my god.
Yeah, nah.
But yeah.
Yeah, nah. Capping is one thing that makes it like kind of deters people from going on the online dating thing.
Yeah.
And then there's also the thing.
Like for me, like with the women's side of things, because I feel like we keep saying like the men's side of things. Like with women, I struggle with this as well myself, because then like I want to present myself with, put my best foot forward, whatnot. But then at the same time, putting my best foot forward sometimes means like me, let's say doing my hair or doing my makeup, which alters how I look in my everyday life. Because in my everyday life, I'm not always done up. But at the same time, I don't want to show up like a hobo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, I know guys will be like, oh, girls do that too. Like, they lie to us and do it. But it's like finding that right balance of like presenting yourself as you are. Hey, what are you doing?
All right. So yeah, that brings us to the end. I am Yokai Zim, the Most High. What's your name?
Oh, and I'm Alex.
Oh my lord. Yeah, so yeah, this is our first video. So if you guys have any ideas how we could make the channel better, I don't know, any more topics you guys would like to.
Not even making the channel better. Let's just have a conversation.
Yeah, let's have a conversation.
Just leave your comments down below. We'd like to hear from you. And yeah, you don't have to agree with everything that we say.
Nah, this is just a place where we come share opinions and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, what are your experiences? Like,
yeah, comment your experiences, like and subscribe. We'll put our socials in the description, and I'll also put this research that I did. I'll put the sources of where I discovered this information from. Yeah, in the description. Fuck, I'm tipsy as now, I think. Thank you guys.
Yep.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Bada boom. It wasn't even recording. Shit.